trying to think of whether I should just say that, okay, they played really, really well, or was it something that we did wrong? I will accept the blame for the first half. It's my job to make sure that the team is prepared, and obviously that didn't happen. So give credit where credit's due. I think Portland came out. They scored the timely goal on the set piece, kind of started us reeling backwards a little bit. They had some pick plays on their set pieces that obviously they worked on in training that we weren't ready for, and that won't happen again. I can tell you that. So give credit where credit's due, and I will look at the tape of the first half and then try and answer that and figure out what I can do better.
Coach, what was the message in the locker room at halftime?
Very succinct. Nobody gives up or they won't play, and we're going to play for pride. So those guys took that one step further. Again, it's a committed team. After I said those words and a few others, they said, let's go back and try and score 4. That came from Ozzy. And we had a good start, obviously, to get 2. We just couldn't manufacture that third one, which might have, it's a big might, put a little more pressure on them towards the end of the game. But I think we spent a lot of energy trying to get 2.
Coach, no moral victories, but Torres was able to come in and play a full half. How did he hold up injury-wise in his play?
No moral victories. Yes, I agree with that. Torres was good. He was good. He's a big body. He can battle with Audie. But Audie was very effective for them. And now we have someone that can help counter that. Obviously, it's a team. Again, I've been talking about team defense. So that first half, I'll certainly look at everybody. But Ramon coming into the group certainly makes us stronger defensively.
It seemed like not having Clint out there for you guys. How did that change the game, and especially compared to last week? How did that make things different?
Well, it was a challenge, I'll put it that way, something we're not going to shy away from. It's a challenge to, again, create opportunities and shots. So I'm looking at the stats, and in the first half we only created 4. Clint would have helped. I know he would have helped. In the second half we created 12, so that makes 16. So at the end of the day we figured a way out. Maybe that was just because they were sitting back in and they had 4 goals ahead of us. But at the end of the day, we need to just continue to try and figure out the right personnel, the right formation to help in Clint's absence.
Do you have any update on Clint, or do you know?
No, I do not.
Mark Kastner, total on less. It seemed like Jordan Morris was pretty alone in the first half. Was there a switch during halftime or during the second half that got him more help? It seemed like Ladero was more involved as well.
Well, we wanted to keep Jordan high in between the 2 center backs to open up space for Ladero. I think, again, back to the original question from Matt, they took it to us in the first half, and we have to be realistic about that. So Jordan might have seemed like he was out on an island, but it wasn't by design, it wasn't by anything. That was just part of what happened during the course of the match.
Richard.
Coach, it's tempting to look at the first half and see it as a very aberrational, very poor half. But from your point of view, are you worried about anything particular lingering past today's game?
No, I think the response in the second half was good. What I had asked them to do at halftime, they did. So that, to me, is a success. It's not an easy game. It won't be an easy bus ride, but we will digest everything, we'll watch everything, and we as a staff will prepare better for the next time.
Matt Johnson.
Your thoughts on the Timbers, on how they defended Ladero and not having him at his standpoint?
The referees have a difficult job to do. They do the best they can. Nico is a very tremendous, talented player. So that's all I can say.
Follow-ups, not answer.
What was the motivation for taking out Tyrone for Ramon instead of 2 of your pieces?
Just because Tyrone had played a lot of minutes back-to-back. They all did. And just in my opinion, Brad was a little fresher because in our system 4-2-3-1, we need the outside backs to go. We need them to go. Opens up space for Nico and things in between. So Tyrone was a little gassed and he wasn't able to get forward as much as I would have liked. So as a center back, you usually don't quite do as much running, so we just felt Brad was a little fresher.
Did you give any consideration to starting Ramon tonight, and what kind of went into the decision to bring him off the bench?
We did give consideration, but Brad and Chad have, we've been undefeated while they were in there, so it was tough to pull one of them for his first game, for his first start. But we did consider it.
Harvey? Coach, you're going into a little bit of a break now before you play your next league match with the international break coming up. Obviously, a lot of guys won't be there since they're leaving on duty, but after a loss like this, is it good to have a little bit extra time to get things back in touch, or would you almost rather if you had a game come up on Saturday?
We'd probably prefer to play right away, but that is the schedule. It gives us a little bit of added time to perhaps solve the Clint dilemma, so we can do a little bit more there. But I know those guys in the locker room were upset after the game. They put their heart into it in the second half. Very proud of them for that. And I know that I would like to play again, and I'm sure they do as well.
Richard?
Coach, you had a midweek trip to a very tough environment. Looking back on the physical preparation, the minutes management, would you have done anything differently?
No. I won't make excuses for heat, travel, multiple games in a week. We won't make that excuse. Not as long as I'm here.
Anything else, guys? Matt?
How's Chad Marshall doing physically? Looked like he was laboring a little bit in the first half.
Well, he got stepped on by a big guy. He put his heart and soul into the game, so he's tired and sore, but physically he's fine.
Okay, one last one.
You talked about, the Clinton dilemma, solving that. What specifically does he bring that you have to kind of make up for?
Goals. I mean, he's, scored 3 and 2 in his last couple outings. He's a tremendous goal scorer, and we will miss that. So, again, it just comes back to how we manufacture enough quality chances. I can say the 16 shots, maybe some of them weren't of best quality, but they were shots on goal. So making sure that that number stays there or even higher, and making sure that the quality of the chances that we create with the group that we have can help us sustain some wins and some good results until Clint comes back.